Welcome to PrepsNet Coach Speak with Tarrant Wildcats head football coach Matt Stockton, powered by CM Gridiron. Here's your host, Aubrey Johnson.
Welcome in, Coach.
Hey, Aubrey, how you doing, man?
Good. Well, you had your last regular season game against Hamilton, losing to them 28-6. Tell us about the night.
Yes, sir. Senior night was the last game, last regular season game of the year, and senior night, I thought we hung pretty tight with Hamilton early on. 6-0 game, all the way up. I think with about 2 minutes to go in the first half.
Yeah.
They hit a screen pass on us and end up scoring, and we went down. At the half, 2 scores, but it was a 2-score game. I want to say we got the ball back coming back the second half. So, I was proud of the guys. I thought that there was. I thought we were in the game. Pretty much the entire part of the football game. I never thought that there was a time where we never had a shot.
Never got away from you.
No,
right?
I didn't really think that way. And so, just came up short. And just kind of came up on the short end of the stick. It's kind of how it's been most of the year.
Sure, I understand.
So,
yeah, but I'm sure things have been learned along the way, and the boys have certainly grown. I'm sure.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's 4A's been a challenge. We knew that, and I think I used that word back in our first episode. In the preseason episode.
Right.
We knew there was going to be a lot of lumps this year, going up a class, and I'm really proud of this team for just sticking it out. I don't think we lost a player all year outside of a couple guys getting hurt.
Well,
this
that's
senior
good.
class,
Yeah.
I know you're probably going to ask me about them.
Yeah.
They've been awesome. They stuck together the entire time.
Good.
They could have easily gave up when we were 0-6 or 0-7 or 0-8, but I think it shows a lot about their pride and their love for football.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they like me a little bit. Maybe they like the coaches a little bit. I don't know, but I mean, I respect those guys that stayed out.
Right.
They could have easily packed it up and said, "Hey, I don't want to do this anymore."
Well, besides the seniors, kind of give us an overall assessment of this team throughout this year.
I think the overall assessment is just the fact that, record-wise, yes, you're 0-10. So, if you just looked off records, people would say, "Oh, well, they had a bad year."
Right.
Wins and losses, yes, we did have a bad year. But as far as growing, gaining experience, finding guys that can help in different places on the field and positions, I would look at the team as improved.
Right.
Even though our record didn't improve. I know that's hard to really understand, but we were 3-7 in 3A and played a tough schedule.
Right.
And went 0-10 in 4A and played a tough schedule. But
Right.
I think we competed in every game, and I think the kids are the culture of the competitiveness, the want to win, is kind of, to me, different.
Right.
And has changed, and so I'm proud of that.
Right.
And I think that's something to build on, in the future.
Sure. Well, anytime you go up a classification, it makes it so much more difficult. I'd be willing to bet that if y'all were still in 3A, that the record would be so much more different. It would probably be a lot better than 3-7 from last year.
It's funny you say that. I've had some buddies of mine and some mentors of mine that have actually reached out and said, hey, it's not easy to go up a class.
No.
And truth be told, if you guys would have stayed 3A, you probably would have been possibly competing for a playoff spot and a possible winning record.
Right.
And I don't look at it as pity Tarrant, but there was a lot of nights that we went against teams that I felt like we were a 3A football team playing a 5A football team.
Sure.
And that's just the truth of it. You
Right.
know, the numbers are not our numbers aren't there yet.
Right.
As
Gotcha.
far as a athletic standpoint, they're just not at that 4A level.
Sure, absolutely. So we talked a little bit about the seniors. Do you want to expand a little bit more about what that group has meant to you?
Man, like I said, to me, I kind of told them, in a way, they're kind of like my first senior class, because I came, in April of I guess 22.
Right.
And so those guys had already, they had a full, senior fall with me, but this group was a little bit, I guess, closer to me, because you had, your full, I had a full junior year with them, and then a full off season with them, summer, and then, another football season with them, and then, we'll go through.
Means a lot.
We'll go through winter and spring together, and see them graduate, and see them do, hopefully go be great citizens and do what they want to do in their life. But they're, every one of them, all 10 guys, man, they played a pivotal role on the team, and they mean a lot to me, and I made sure that I let them know that Friday night before we played. I gave every one of them a hug and told them, hey, man, I love you. I appreciate everything you've done, and this isn't, goodbye. It's just see you later.
Right, for sure.
That's kind of how I tried to.
You'll always keep those connections.
Yeah, always. I told them, hey, whether I'm at Tarrant or not, you have my number. You have ways of finding where I am, and if you don't, in 3 or 4 years, 5 years, give me a call or a text and let me know you're doing well, then I didn't do my job. That's kind of the way I look at that.
Right, gotcha. So we're turning the page now. This season's over. We're looking towards 2025, and we're going to talk about the future right after this message.
Yes, sir.
PrepsNet Coach Speak is powered by CM Gridiron. CM Gridiron is your home of fan-focused Alabama high school football. From our weekly interactive Team of the Week and Offensive and Defensive Fan-Selected Player of the Week polls to the Alabama High School Stadium Tour, player profiles, Coach of the Week features, and live in-game scoreboards, CM Gridiron is the largest fan-driven digital platform in the state of Alabama. Your team, your voice, your vote, your game. CM Gridiron.
And we're back. So, Coach, end of a season, but we're already talking about 2025. Give us kind of a glimpse what you think this team's going to look like next year.
Oh, man, that's a big question. With probably not a lot of time to
well, let's
feel
start
it.
off here. How many juniors you got coming in as seniors? Roughly.
I think it'll roughly be, we were pretty junior heavy this year.
Right.
We're really freshman heavy, to be honest.
So y'all are a young team.
We're really
then.
probably 2 more years away from, really being, I guess, where we want to be. But
right.
I would say this junior class is going to have, they'll probably roughly be around that 12 to 14 mark.
Okay. That's a lot.
Right around where we were with this group when we started. We lost a few, that transferred or, whatever, between the summer and fall. But there's, definitely a lot of young talent.
Right.
Lee Huffman's a sophomore. He got a full 10 games under him this year at quarterback.
That's awesome.
So you got that back for at least 2
more
years.
years.
Your starting middle linebacker's a freshman,
Yep.
Braxton Marcus. You get him back for 3, 4.
Wow.
So,
That's a lot.
You got guys that
you got
played,
some nice building blocks.
We do.
How about
and it's just, those guys played huge pivotal roles
right.
at 9th and 10th grade.
Yes.
In the secondary, Laramie Brantley, he's I guess going to be a 3-year starter. He'll be a senior next year.
Yep.
Cedric Young will be a senior. We'll have some veteran leadership, that have been through the fire.
Right.
But we'll also have some young guys that will act veteran-like because they've been in that fire. They've been out there in the battle and as we call the arena.
Right.
So to say.
Right. But you've got a senior class. Sounds like it's a pretty sizable one coming in.
No, it's not bad at all.
That can make a difference and also be vocal leaders for this team. Give us a little more in depth on them.
Yes, sir. So I'm trying to think just right off the spot. Defensively, I think we'll have more leadership
right
on that side as far as the number of seniors on what side of ball they're playing.
Okay.
I think there'll be more guys over there on the defensive side.
Okay. Good.
We were really young this year.
Right.
The D line this year, we played a freshman. I think all 10 games.
Right.
We played a sophomore 10 games, and then we even had an 8th grader that played 8 or 10 games. And we've got some guys that are sophomores and juniors. Some of those juniors will be seniors next year. They may have to change some positions and help out in some other spots. So it's really kind of hard to tell just right out of the gate, like, hey, I know this person's going to help us here. This guy's going to help us, do this. But there are the junior class that will be seniors. It's a good group, and they've been together a while. Like this group that's leaving, they've been together a while.
Right.
They've been through some tough times. They've been through, unfortunately, multiple head coaches.
Right.
So you hope that some stability in the program will help these seniors coming up next year.
Sure it will.
To stay around and just continue to build on what we're trying to do, man.
Right.
We got to get in the weight room. We've got to get stronger and bigger and faster, especially at a 4A level.
Right.
To compete with the Pleasant Groves and Bibb counties and Fairfields of the world, you have to lift weights and you have to train like these guys do.
Right.
There's no getting around that. And that's been kind of a hard thing to learn here is I want to be good, coach, but like, how do I be? You got to work.
Right.
There's no other way.
Right.
Like, there's no cheat. I wish I could give you a cheat code like a game, but there isn't. There's just not one.
Understanding that it takes discipline and consistency.
Yes, sir.
Right?
You're correct.
Yeah, good deal. Well, Coach, that's our show. It has been a fast season.
It has.
It has gone over quickly, but we're here, and I certainly want to thank you for being a part of this show and coming week in and week out and talking to our fans. And at the same time, I want to definitely thank you out in the audience for being here. If you will, check us out over at PrepsNet.com for all of your high school sports information. We appreciate you once again. Take
Aubrey,
care.
Before you go, man,
Yeah.
I really want to say I really appreciate you guys too. You
sure.
and Brant, you guys have been great every week. I want to thank PrepsNet as well. You guys
Appreciate
do a
that.
really good job, and I really like what you guys are doing for high school football in the state of Alabama, and I really appreciate it, man. Thanks.
Thank you
I
very
really
much.
enjoyed it.
All right. Thank you. We'll see you soon.